Peace, you know who this is. Family, I gotta bring you this video today. For all you who don't know, there was a racist Cinnabon worker lady who was calling a Somali couple the N-word and telling them to get out and making fun of them and whatever the case may be. But that's not really what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the white no authority. Some of y'all know him as the black authority, but we call him the white no authority, defending this racist white woman. And some will say, how is he defending her? Because I played a little bit of the video and I'm like, I want to see if he's going to start defending her. And he right did. And I'm going to get into it right now. I'm going to break it down how he's defending her.
Second of all, just a friendly reminder, folks, when was the last time that you came to social media, national news, or anything else, and Somalis were talking about racism? I'm not talking about some politician who drags it out because they're a small fish in a big pond. Just the average, everyday Somali citizen.
That happens all the time if you actually have Somalis on your social media account. But right then and there, you just heard it. That's the defense right there. For example, if somebody gets robbed and somebody's first response to the fact that somebody got robbed and people want justice for the person who got robbed, and somebody comes out and says, hey, when was that person ever against robbery? Huh? When did you ever hear that person ever speaking against robbery? What am I doing there when I say that? I'm trying to convince people to not ride with the robbery victim. And guess what? If people don't ride with the robbery victim, the robber gets away with the crime. This is robbery defense. This is on the same level of somebody trying to convince you that a woman wasn't really scraped because of what she was wearing. Even though we got the scrape kit, we see the bruises, we see the tearing, everything consistent. It's on video. Snatched her into a back alley and did some unspeakable things. They're trying to convince you that you should not push it against the scrapo because, hey, when the last time she spoke out against scrape? And look how she carries herself. This is defense. If people follow what you said to its logical conclusion, that means nobody should be mad about this racist white woman who attacked this Somali couple who would have did that and said that to any black person. Because in the video, which I'm not going to play, the white woman acknowledged that she was a racist against black people. She didn't say she was racist against Somalis. She said, I'm racist against black people. I don't like N-words. So if we follow Jason Black's logic to its logical conclusion, we should not be applying no pressure to Cinnabon or this racist white woman. Why should we even worry or even ask Cinnabon to fire her? Because after all, when has the last time we heard a Somali speak out against racism? And you saw how he tried to play games and say, well, I'm not talking about no politician. Who else is going to speak out? Who else got a big enough platform that we would even hear speaking out against it on an everyday basis, if not a politician? How much racist stuff I seen? When the last time I seen somebody from Alabama speak out against it? We're all the Alabama people speaking out against it. We're all the Mississippi black people speaking out against it. Mississippi got the chance to be the first and only state in America to be majority black. Right now. Like, as of right now, in the modern era, it got a chance to be the first and only majority black state in America. Every time I see racist stuff, I don't see a 1,000 people from Mississippi speaking up against it. Now, if somebody was to get hurt in Mississippi, can I say, and I was to say, well, when the last time you saw somebody from Mississippi speaking up? And I'm not talking about a politician or somebody famous or anything like that. Just your regular Mississippi people. Y'all would look at me like I was strange, and rightfully so. But that's what he's doing right now, defending her. I'm gonna let him keep talking. He's trying to convince you to leave this racist white woman alone and leave her company that she works for alone.
When was the last time that they cared about, quote, racism? As I said last night, it only comes up when they think they can use it to their advantage.
Oh yeah, there's been like a call made or something like that because all these goofballs are doing nonstop videos about Somalis. We know a lot of it is clout chasing, but it ain't all clout chasing. Some calls have been made.
It only becomes an issue when they think that they can use it to their advantage. But in their daily lives, when we come to them talking about white supremacy, they'll be the first ones to tell us ain't no white supremacy. Ain't
This is projection. Also, he's making this up. Also, there is no data or no analytics to back up anything he's saying right now. None.
no racism. They'll be the first ones to tell us that. So please understand, it isn't that they don't know. Everybody knows. I said this last night. I've been saying it for 2 decades. Everyone knows. Everybody. They know in America. They know in Africa. Some folks think they're being slick and, quote, playing the game. And then they come over here with the coon stuff. And then when they realize we're not going to dance with them, oh, don't worry. White daddy will take care of us. And when that fails, ooh, white daddy, you is racist. But as we
That sound like your precious biracials to me. More than that sound like any African. If we gonna be real. That sound like your everyday black conservative. That sound like a lot of young black people, because nobody gonna argue you down more than anything that racism isn't real than a young black person. That's what that sound like. It sound like you're swirlers, because nobody want to argue you down more that racism don't exist in somebody in an interracial relationship or somebody who's like a swirler, which I see as two different things. And Tariq try to steal that from me, which is a whole nother thing. But I'm gonna let you keep talking.
witnessed last night, you understand that they don't really mean that. If they talk about racism, if they bring up the word racism, that's not what they mean. What they mean is, hey, I am one of your good niggas. So we're just not going to play the game where they jump up and start talking about racism and think they're going to be quote unquote black when convenient. If you were not black last year, this 2-step process, folks. If you weren't black last year, and if you weren't stomping against white supremacy last year, you don't get to jump up this year and all of when a white person starts.
Like I say, this is what he's telling people to do. If you follow it to his logical conclusion, that's how white supremacy wins. In no way, shape, or form would you ever see this in any other community. You would never see this 2-step process to defend a Jewish person from anti-Semitism, where we got a literal anti-Semite attacking a Jewish person, screaming at the top of their lungs that they are anti-Semite and they hate all Jews. And Jews sit around and watch that and say, well, was this person claiming a Jewishness last year? Was this person like actively working for Jewish causes? I don't know. I don't think so. So we just not going to say nothing and let the anti-Semite get a free ride. Because you know what happens when you do that? You get more anti-Semites. You get more bolder anti-Semites. It's like if you live in a village somewhere or whatever, and you got a wolf coming down attacking people. And people keep making up excuses for why they should not do nothing about the wolf. Like, well, that person just moved to the community. Oh, that person said they not a part of the community. This and that. You know what happens? That wolf that is attacking humans, just because they're humans, becomes more and more emboldened and attacks more and more people. And you know what else you get? You get more and more wolves coming through attacking the community to the point where the community is overrun with wolves. This is what happened in California. What happened? You had one Mexican person kill a black person, a little black girl, and write NK on the floor for nigger killer, right? Nobody did nothing. Everybody act like they didn't see it or that didn't apply to them because that wasn't their family. The girl wasn't from their neighborhood or they cool with Mexicans or what that got to do with me. All that nonsense. And now you got what you got now, where you got whole gangs where that's just like they whole MO. If people would have stood on business with that one guy the first time, trust me, it wouldn't be as bad as it is now. And following the black authority, that's how this stuff gets worse. Because again, like she said, I'm a racist. I hate black people. So if we was to do what the black authority said do, and this woman kept her job, and another group of black people came in to the business, Native Black Americans, and she did that same thing to them, what then? Now we gonna go crazy? We already emboldened her. In fact, there's people watching her, what she just did, and seen also, if you don't know, she ran up on a bag and might think, oh, well, I can do this too. I'll get a black couple that come into my store where I'm working. Any little issue I have with them, I'm going crazy on them, and I'm going to call them all kind of N-words and tell them how much I hate them so I can get my bag too. And family, if you've made it to the video this point, thank you for watching to this point. Make sure you like this video, share this video, comment on the video, give it high points. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, join the channel. I got new levels. All that. Do all that good stuff. Donate to me, PayPal, Cash App. Support the channel. I make videos for requests, all that. Follow me on all my social media sites. You know, you can email me. But let's let him keep talking and digging a further hole for himself.
Practicing white supremacy on you. You don't get to jump up and say, now you don't like how you're being treated because now the white supremacists are practicing racism and white supremacy against you. So it's cool when they're practicing it against the foundation that you think you can get an edge and a leg up on. That's good. You practice racism. That's good. You go get them, white daddy. You go get them.
When have you ever saw Somalis promoting racism? Like yes, white daddy. Go out there and attack and stomp black people into the ground and waving a Somali flag celebrating racist attacks against black people. When have you saw that in America? And when have you saw this as this is like a representation of the Somali community, where it's just a bunch of them just doing it? Never. You just making this up. Again, if we follow what you're telling us to do, we don't have no problem with what this white woman just did. If we follow what you told us to do.
And then when he turns around and practices white supremacy against you, all of a sudden it's wrong? No, no, no. If it wasn't wrong last year, and if you weren't stomping against it last year, don't say a word about it now. Don't say a word about it now. In the chat room there, Lee Defined, I'm so glad you said that. As a matter of fact, usually I hold off on these things, but I'm so glad that you said that right there, brother. I'm so glad you said that. So let's go ahead and get you to come up here center stage. Let's go ahead and get you up here center stage so you can explain to all of us exactly what it is that we are missing in the equation here. So
I definitely didn't make it to this part of the video. I don't know what this is about. I'm about to put this in like 1.5 speed to see what's going on. Hopefully this is a brother that's going to cook him and destroy him and expose that what you saying doesn't make any sense and is leaving the door wide open for white supremacists to get away with racism. Again, this woman didn't say I hate Somalis. She said I hate the N-words. I am racist against N-words. That's what she said. It'd be one thing if she was just attacking Somalis and you would made a video like this. It'd be one thing. But she didn't do that.
I'm going to go ahead and throw the Zoom link up for you here. Let me go ahead and get the Zoom link up for you here, sir. and we'll give you 2 minutes to go ahead and join us on Zoom, and you can explain to us all what exactly it is that we either don't get or don't understand about the situation. I'm very glad to hear that. So we'll go ahead and give you 2 minutes here, Lee, to go ahead and be on Zoom for us. You can come through. You can come through and explain to everybody about the dimensions of this that we allegedly, apparently, or whatever don't get. So very glad you volunteered that. So very glad you volunteered that. So we'll be talking to Lee here in the next 2 minutes. And remember, if you cannot defend your point or you refuse to, I don't have to defeat it. You did already. So if you can't defend it, just remember you destroyed your own point for everybody. So nobody runs from a point that's got merit. If it's got merit, they stand on it. If it doesn't, back to the crack house. So we'll be talking to Lee here in just a couple moments. But for the Somali citizens out there and whatnot, you come to America in droves. You make sure that you're going to try to show the white society that just like back on the continent. See, here's the problem with some of your so-called Pan-African scholars. These folk were practicing the coonery back on the continent. They didn't come over.
What Somalis doing on the continent of Africa got to do with Pan-Africanism? Nothing. This is, again, another straw man, something you just made up. It got nothing to do with nothing. Black people in America didn't get Somalis into America. I'm going to say this, like, there wasn't no massive black outcry to get Somalis into America. I'm going to say that because I don't want nobody coming back trying to play some type of semantic game with me. So I'm going to just say that. But I'm going to let you finish talking. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you finish talking. Say what you got to say.
Here with it, they were practicing it over there. Now, the critical key difference is that those are black nations. Those are black nations. We don't have a black nation in the United States. As the freedmen, we established black culture. We established black neighborhoods. We have some predominantly black cities. We do not have a black nation where we can get together and form the foundation or the basis of its constitution and its laws. We are not the final arbiters of the laws in America because the Constitution is not written by a black nation. When I go to a black nation in Africa, I should see laws that reflect that, and yet they have gleefully abandoned that, and that's a whole big difference.
I'm putting him in double speed because I want to see if he actually talks to this guy. If he doesn't, I'm ending the video here because I already made my point.
How are you in a black nation and now you're looking for white supremacy to come dominate? Oh, let me go ahead and pin the Zoom link up here. I'll put it in the chat room. I didn't pin it. Let me go ahead and pin that right quick. So Lee, you got 2 minutes to be on the line with us here. So you can go ahead and clarify. But people, how the hell do you have a black nation and you're looking for white supremacists to come kiss ass and bow down to? How the hell do you have that? Show me the white television shows. Understand something. We created a culture of resistance and we didn't own any of the TV stations, radio stations, the governmental structure. We've been looking at images, deifying white people now for over a century, and yet we became the world standard for resistance against white supremacy. How the hell is it you have an entire black government from bottom to top, black nation from bottom to top, and yet you're looking, you didn't have a white media. You said, oh, we need to go find one. See, there's the difference. That's a critical key difference to have right there. That's a big difference. So when they show up over here, and as we demonstrated last night, they came over here looking for a white ass to kiss. And so when I see this right here, I'm not going to defend the white supremacist female. I'm not going to defend her, but...
You just did that. You were defending her for like 6 minutes straight. For more than 6 minutes straight. You were defending her. That's defense. Telling people not to apply no pressure to her because what she did was okay is defending her. That's a form of defense.
I'm also not going to put the cape on for the Somalis either. See, you can't come to me today. That's a big problem. You can't just jump up out of nowhere. You can't come to me today. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to sit up here and be on the sidelines and giggling because you think you're working with white daddy behind the scenes to undermine me. And then when white mommy humiliates you in front of people and sinks their fangs into you, all of a sudden you're going to start talking about racism. No. You don't get to jump up when racism bites. You defend racism all this time. And you jump up and now you want to fight it when it finally bites you. Ain't no racial solidarity if you ain't been solid with us before now. And deal with it, nigga. Do not come to me after you've been defending this all these years. You've been sitting back and let them run around all these years talking about, well, they're not racist, they're just ignorant. They're not racist, they're just ignorant. Racists are just ignorant. Well, don't run to me now talking about trying to appeal to racial solidarity. Ain't no racial solidarity.
When have Somalis said that? So it went from Somalis pretending like they don't know what's going on to now Somalis working with white supremacy to Somalis trying to convince you not to go too hard on white people because they don't really understand racism. And the white people are no. The racist white people are just ignorant and they just need more education. You're just making stuff up. You're just making stuff up. But hurry up, because I'm about to end this.
With folks who've been defending white supremacy. That's not the way that works, Jack. You don't get to appeal and start begging for racial solidarity if you ain't been fighting white supremacy the whole time, or worse, you've been defending it. There's no racial solidarity for you to appeal to. Maybe you can find some Somali solidarity. Maybe you can go look for some Somali solidarity. Maybe you can go do that. Because here's the thing right here, y'all. I want you to understand how their mindset works. This will be, Jason, you going all the way in. You damn right. Here's how their mindset works. You see, they want you to jump up for them and defend them when they're in the hot seat. You let this exact same white woman come back to them, apologizing, and they'll be the first one sitting up there and hugging her, talking about the love of Jesus, and how some folks, they're just.
Now Somalis would have been hugging her, talking about the love of Jesus. He's just saying anything. Oh my God, there's adults watching this. I ain't never seen no Somalis forgive nobody, not even each other. But they would forgive a random white woman in the name of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus.
To how they were raised, and they ain't all bads, and you just let her soften up a little bit, and they'll both be sitting there hugged up and booed up with her, taking selfie pictures, talking about how we can overcome racism. They will be the same two, the same man and woman taking the video. They will be the same ones, booed up and hugged up with her if she gives them the slightest softening or inkling. They'll all be like Botham Jean's brother hugging the woman who shot him. It'll be all that. It'll be all that. And back to that video when Botham Jean's brother was hugging Amber Geiger. There's a reason why the damn bailiff stepped in, because you see, he thought they were built like us. Because they know with us, y'all know how we get down. That just never would have happened. That scene never could.
So black people don't be loving and forgiving white people for all the violence that white people have been doing to black people in America for like over 500 years. That's a complete lie. If that was half true, America couldn't be a functioning nation. If that was 10% true, America wouldn't be a functioning nation. Let's get that out the way. How many black people have been killed by racist white people and black people was like, we forgive them? Or we gonna fight back against their hate with love? Come on now.
Have happened. Ain't no descendants of the slaves gonna sit up here and hug Miss Ann. That just wouldn't happen. So the bailiff knew that if that was us, he's like, oh hell, this is about to go left. Oh, this is about to get bad. And he in there by himself, this is about to get bad. But when he saw that go down, it's like, oh, okay, this one of them. But y'all know if that had been us, see, that's what they're used to, one of us being there. The man would have been like, oh, I need, on the radio, I need back up. I need back up. It would have been that. So they bring them over here for a reason, because they can practice open white supremacy, and they'll sit there and whatnot and defend it and enable it. And then as they enable it, then they get bitten by it. Oh, that stings. Okay, well, don't come looking at us. All we got to say is don't come looking to us. If racism and white supremacy was not the preeminent issue yesterday or last year, don't come to us. I'm going to show the video, but I'm going to put it in its proper context. I'll show the video. Oh, I'll go ahead and play the video, but I'm also going to stop and put it in its proper context.
Proper context of defending the racist white woman. Saying, look at how bad she did, but let's not do nothing about it.
So don't think you're going to sit up here and do that, and then, oh, the racists, they're just so bad. Okay, it's not going to be that way. It is not going to be that way. I know it's tough on you there, but remember, you're the ones who made those rules. In the chat room there, BWET, whatever they were. Oh, Fee All Day, whatever the hell your name is, 7205. Let me go ahead and get you up on Zoom too here now. So let's go ahead and get BWB Waiter. Okay. Whatever that is, let's go ahead and get them up on Zoom here. Like I say, look, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. See, y'all see what's happening here. There's some folks who, they thought they were being slick. You're not letting us do what we've done for the last 5 decades. And some of the folks right here, they in their fields. Some of them are in, some of the off-code immigrants are in their fields. We messing up their vibe on YouTube, and now they stumbled across this program, and now they're in their fields. They're in their fields. They thought that I was going to play this video, and it was going to be, that woman, she won't do that there. She won't do that. That's the problem. White supremacy. Oh, white supremacy is a problem, but it's a problem because all of you have been sitting up here defending it and enabling it.
See, he just admitted that he said people tuned into his live thinking that he was going to attack the woman and talk about white supremacy bad. But he said, yeah, white supremacy bad, but you guys are worse. You are the problem. So again, he admitted it himself. What I said he was doing, he admitted that's what he was doing. So again, I'm going to end this video here. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me what you think. Maybe I might do a part 2 to this. Maybe I don't. Because again, I didn't hear nobody come on. I waited long enough. But anyway, thank you for watching this video to the end. I really hope my voice is back so I could come in clearer when I talk. I apologize, but I just felt like I needed to talk about this. And on that note, family, I'm going to the doctor today, and peace.